Hi, and welcome to our second Complexity VIdcast.
We are YouTube superstars.
Hi, I'm Lance Fortnow.
I'm Bill Desarch.
And Bill is visiting me at Northwestern today, Friday, October 9th. And because we're off together to Chicago,
Germany,
for a wonderful week of complexity theory.
And in the spirit of the conference, I flew from Maryland to Chicago to Germany, solving the pessimal TFT problem.
Hey, at least they get to see Bill.
Okay.
So does my family.
For good or ill.
Okay, Bill. So what's going on today?
Well, let's see now. I recently had a post, which you flamed me on. My God, my fellow co-blogger flamed me on a blog post. Actually, I was kind of flattered. You read my post, so I was happy to hear that, actually.
You know, it happens sometimes. I'm bored.
Okay. Well, okay. So recall, I was saying that Mahaney's theorem is not in the Goldreich's book and not in the Aurora Barak book, and therefore clearly we should take it out of our courses. No questions asked.
Right, and I think what got me upset was not so much about Mahaney's theorem specifically, was this point that you had said, oh look, there's these two textbooks, Mahaney's theorem is not highlighted in either book, although it turns out it's an exercise in the book, but it's not highlighted in either book, and you said, well therefore I'm wrong.
Well, and you're mad at me for saying I'm wrong. If I'm saying I'm wrong and you disagree with me, you're saying I'm right, therefore I'm right.
No, I'm saying you're wrong, but not only are you wrong for the wrong reason.
Okay. Are you better off being right for the wrong reason, wrong for the right reason, or wrong for the wrong reason? I've lost track, but go ahead.
Okay. So let's review, okay?
Yes, good idea.
Boaz Barak. Nice guy.
President. Nobel Prize winner. Peace. Cool. You're a bit early, I think, though. And he knows completely
If Barack Obama were to say Mahaney's theorem wasn't important enough.
Let's see now. Well, he's the president, you know. Okay, Aurora Barak. Actually, Aurora Barak.
Yeah. Right, cryptographer, mostly.
Yes.
He does some complexity, but mostly known for his cryptography.
Well, actually, John Katz tells me that complexity is a subset of cryptography. We can agree he's wrong. Fair enough.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Okay, fine. So Boaz Barak is a cryptographer. And Odette Goldreich is obviously a cryptographer.
And Sanjeev Arora
is not really
a cryptographer, but he does algorithms. He does some complexity.
He proved PCP. Hey.
Yes, okay.
Okay, so...
Okay. Okay, now let's look at you, Bill.
Okay.
You write a blog. What is that blog called?
Let's see. I know the web address used to be fortnow.com or something. Okay, you tell me. It's your blog too, so you answer the question.
The blog is called the Computational Complexity Blog. And Bill, what is your main research area?
Ramsey theory.
Well, what used to be your main research area?
Yes, okay. Computational complexity, and I will add, I applied Ramsey theory to it and vice versa. I'm very happy with that. Yes, so your point is that I identify myself as a complexity theorist, and I will give you a shot.
Of the 25 complexity conferences, I believe you've been, combined, of the 25 complexity conferences, I believe, combined we've been to 49 of them?
That's correct, that's right, because I missed one in German. That's right, you've been to every single structure, you've been to structures and complexity, you've been to the name change even. Mm-hmm. So you've been to every single, how many are there actually?
25.
You've been to all 25, I've been 24. Okay.
Actually, wait a second, it's only been 25 is next year.
You've been to N, I've been to N-1.
Okay.
Of them. Okay. Okay, yes, your point being?
Point being is we are complexity theorists.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay. They wrote books on complexity, good for them.
Well, they thought long and deep and hard about what should be in a course from perhaps a more objective viewpoint. Maybe we are too engulfed in it.
But don't you think long and hard about what you put in a complexity class?
Actually, here are my criteria. Okay, so fair enough. Mahaney's theorem, as you pointed out offline to me, is a MacGuffin. Tell me what a MacGuffin actually is.
Oh, a MacGuffin? A MacGuffin is, I think it was best, I think Alfred Hitchcock came up with the term.
Yes.
And the point is, it's just an item to make a plot line go along. and I think it was best spoofed in Mission Impossible 3, where they spent the whole time going after a rabbit's foot without telling us what the rabbit's foot.
Drove me nuts, actually. Okay, so Mahaney's theorem is not the actual important item. You're saying that it opens up the question of two questions, actually. What should be in a course and who should set it?
Right. The point is that I think, there's a lot of questions to what theorems really should be in a complexity class and what theorems shouldn't be. And personally, I think Mahaney's theorem is a very important theorem. But the point is that, but how could I be right? And it's kind of a personal choice. It's the way you design a graduate complexity class. I think there's actually, to be honest, there's very little that clearly has to be in the graduate complexity class, because it is, even complexity itself these days is a pretty broad field.
Yeah, which is why I'm glad to have these books around. But, okay, 2 points. First off, would you at least give some deference to people who've thought long and hard about it? Like these authors, like these textbook writers?
No.
Okay.
Compare it to what? Compare it to me, who has taught graduate complexity for 15 years, and I think I have my own opinions, and honestly, complexity theory has been pretty much my life.
Yeah, last point now is complexity theory.
Well,
then you write a book, I'll defer to yours, or better, tell you what. If only there was some blog on complexity and somebody running out who would trust it, I might defer to that.
Right, yeah, right.
Okay. But actually,
maybe you noticed that Mahaney is on my list of my favorite theorems.
Okay, I've noticed that. Okay. However, let me go back a bit, though. So, point one, I believe in deference, perhaps. People who write a textbook, you don't. Other question, though, is, you can probably agree with this, there are theorems you learn in your youth, and you're attached to them emotionally, and maybe you shouldn't be. So that we should not be blinded by our youthful indiscretions, no, our youthful infatuations.
Yeah, but Mahaney's theorem is not, to me, like Toda or Immerman Salchang is proven during grad school, or theorems that, maybe I had infatuations with. Mahaney was already ancient history, in the sense that it was 7 years old.
Okay, let's get out of brass tacks, though, or gold tacks, or tacks colored nowadays. What is your criteria for what should go in a complexity course, and what do you put in your complexity course?
So actually, I don't teach the same course every time. Sometimes I try to emphasize, basic structural things, and quantum hierarchy, Karp-Lipton, Ladner, Mahaney, that kind of stuff. Sometimes I try to do the more combinatorial circuit stuff. I actually like to mix it up mainly because people can take the course multiple times. Okay. And learn new things. And there's some things that I think are truly important in the middle. Like, for example, Karp-Lipton comes up in both those contexts.
Yeah.
And I think it's a crime if anyone gets a CS degree without knowing about NP completeness. NP versus NP.
There are undergrads from Maryland getting out who don't know you can apply the Galai-Witt theorem to get lower bounds on branching programs. It breaks my heart. But do you have a general criteria from which your course flows?
It's a theme. It's more of a theme. I think what we do when we teach classes, particularly graduate classes, it's not so important that we cover X, Y, and Z. It's much more important that we teach people how to learn. What's important, and if they need, and sort of pointers to literature, so that if they need to know a theorem, they can go out and find out about it. Okay. Anyway, we should, unfortunately, our time is limited on YouTube. We're already over the limit.
Oops, okay. Then we can agree that you're wrong and I'm right.
We can agree that Mahaney's theorem is important, and you're not.
Okay. Why don't you give your sign off? We'll call it a day.
All right. So, don't forget, in a complex world,
keep it simple.
Best to keep it simple.